Hi everybody, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Eileen and I talk about all things American politics. For those of you who do know me, thank you for watching, welcome back to my channel, and don't forget to subscribe. This week I'm going to talk about United States Congress. Why? Well, last week I used United States Congress as a reference to the Electoral College as well as its representation, so I thought, why not go deeper into it in my next video? Also, to keep on going, linking the topic to an actual event occurring in the news, I thought Congress is perfect because the 3rd of November was not only election night for the president, but also for the House of Representatives. Let's start with the key features of Congress. So as I mentioned in my previous video, Congress is a bicameral institution, which means that it is divided into two chambers. On the one hand, we have Senate. On the other hand, we have the House of Representatives. So senators are a state's set fixed representation, whereas representatives in the House of Representatives are from an individual's district. Contrary to most countries, members of Congress are free agents, which means that they depend largely on their own efforts to be elected. In other countries, for that matter, party members can never hope to ever hold office if they are not nominated by their party. In the United States, party nominees are elected by the voters, and the candidate that wins will become the party's candidate when running for Congress. A Congress lasts for 2 years, and at the beginning of every new Congress, a party leader for the House of Representatives is elected through a secret ballot vote. Sometimes the position of Speaker of the House of Representatives can even be considered to be the second most powerful position in DC. In 2019, at the beginning of the 116th Congress, Nancy Pelosi was elected to become the Speaker of the House of Representatives. This decision made her the highest ranking female elected official in the history of the United States. Up until November 2020, of course, when Kamala Harris was elected to become Vice President of the United States of America. Go women! The Speaker of the House of Representatives decides who gets to speak on a bill and for how long. She also decides what bills will be taken up by the House, the order in which they will be voted upon, and whether or not amendments will be made. In short, the Speaker of the House is responsible for ensuring that legislation supported by the majority gets passed and gets turned into a law. This in contrast to the floor leadership in the Senate, where the leadership is divided or shared between both the majority leader and the minority leader. Mitch McConnell is currently serving as the majority leader for the Republican Party in the Senate, as the Republicans hold the majority in the Senate, and Chuck Schumer is currently the Democratic minority leader. Unlike the Speaker of the House of Representatives, the Senate majority leader cannot control the length of a debate, which means that senators are allowed to talk as long as they want on a certain bill. This actually brings us to the tactic of a filibuster. A filibuster is a tactic used by minority senators in order to prevent a bill from being voted upon through talking as much or as long as they want on that specific topic. As good as this tactic might be, it can be blocked if there is a vote by 3 out of 5 members of the Senate. Another topic to bring up is, how do you win a position within Congress, or how do you get to be elected as an official representative? Here, it all revolves around constituency support, or in other words, the support a candidate has in its home district. United States Congress is based on a single-member plurality district system in which the winner of a district, so the one who gets the most votes, is elected to become a representative in Congress. As I mentioned earlier, members of Congress are free agents, which means that any individual can decide to run for Congress. So you can not only run against people from another political party, but there's also a high possibility that people will run against members of the same political party. In 2018, the then 28-year-old Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez decided to run for Congress for the 14th Congressional District of New York. By doing so, she was competing against Joseph Crowley, who was a Democratic representative for that same district for over 20 years. You can imagine that AOC running against a fellow political party member may have caused some political uproar. However, nothing can be said, nothing can be done, because the people of that district decided that they wanted to have AOC as their representation in Congress. Now we're coming to the final topic of this video. How does a bill get turned into law? There are 5 steps in lawmaking. The first step into lawmaking is that a bill, or in other words, a proposed legislation, gets introduced into either the Senate or the House of Representatives. The second step is that that bill gets assigned to a committee who has jurisdiction over that type of bill. So let's say a bill on farming gets introduced. This bill will be passed to the Agricultural Committee. Next is that the bill up for discussion will be marked up by the committee. A markup includes debating on the bill, making amendments to the bill, as well as rewriting the proposed legislation. The fourth and next step is that the bill gets introduced into the General House or the Senate. However, important to mention is that this can only happen when a majority of the committee has voted on the bill, or at least in favor of that bill. As a fifth and final step, the House or the Senate will debate on that specific bill, and eventually that bill will be put up for voting. You have to keep in mind, though, that the entire chamber can either amend or completely defeat the bill. However, when a bill does get passed, it is usually close to the form that was decided on in that specific committee. This was all for the video of the week. I didn't want to make a too extensive video because I know if I do a lot of talking, I lose a lot of you guys. So I want to keep the attention on me. I mean, not on me, but on the explanation I'm giving and the information I'm providing. So I was thinking, if you want to learn more about Congress, about the different chambers, Senate, House of Representatives, let me know. Leave something in the commentary section and I will make sure to include your feedback into my next videos and my next topics. So thank you all for watching. Again, don't forget to subscribe, at least if you like my video. And let's see each other next week. Bye.